Hey, what's up guys, it's Hishi and welcome back to some more Total War Attila Medieval Kingdoms 12-12 action. And today I have a pretty cool siege battle between me, Pixelated Apollo, Indie Pride and Warrior Sparta, and we're kind of doing a nice Crusader theme. Me and Indie Prime, who are Indie Pride, who are both attacking, are playing as the Teutonic Order, and Warrior Sparta and Pixelated Apollo are playing as the Ayyubid Sultanate and the Kievan Rusk. I'm pretty sure Apollo's playing. Yeah, that's who he's playing. Cool. So yeah, we're fighting over a pretty cool city. It's nice. It's a large one, which is cool. There's like two areas to it. We can also attack over a river, but we don't really decide to, which is cool. Also, you may be thinking, why the hell are they not deploying on the walls already? Like, you know, suddenly just defending this. It's because with Attila 12-12 Medieval Kingdoms, if you go ahead and move your troops in the deployment phase, it crashes the replay quite a lot. So what we had to do to kind of prevent that was go ahead and just not move our troops. But obviously we gave ample time for them to set up. They can go ahead and take the walls if they want to. Also, another funny thing about this battle is I didn't bring any of this siege equipment. I actually forgot to bring siege equipment because originally I was going to defend, and then what happened was I ended up attacking with Indie Pride because the game messed up. So I totally forgot to bring siege equipment, and this is actually Indie Pride siege equipment, which is hilarious. So he doesn't actually have any siege equipment right now, and we're way too far away to kind of unite up. So he has to actually use these catapults he brought to go ahead and actually make some holes in the wall, which is kind of annoying because he should have been able to just destroy these towers and keep a nice amount for when we actually get to the city centre. Also, this is a super close battle. Like, it's literally ridiculous how close this battle is. Like, it's just crazy. So make sure you go ahead and watch to the end if you are enjoying this battle. So first off, let's go through the armies. What I'm going to do is I'm not going to straight up just kind of go through everything precisely. I'm just going to kind of show you what everyone kind of has, because I don't think it's super important that you know what every single unit is, and you'll be able to see at the end what precisely everyone bought. But we're going to look at everyone's units right now. So I brought like a whole bunch of these sword brothers. That's kind of the main component of the Teutonic Order army. Like, these guys aren't amazing, but they'll do what they need to do. They'll get engaged, they'll kind of kill a few, they'll hold the line for as long as you need to. And this ram actually starts pushing this siege tower over, which is kind of funny. Like, as she starts pushing it, I'm pretty sure. Oh no? Yeah, there you go. It actually starts moving it, which is hilarious. So yeah, I think I brought about 6 units of these sword brethren. All of them have fairly big upgrades. You can see silver upgrades on them, and the rest of my sword brethren also have upgrades back here. These guys have gold upgrades, which are pretty good because the Teutonic Order armies are actually pretty cheap. Then I have 3 of these Teutonic sergeants, these badass two-handed axes, 2 units of archers, which I'm going to try and get on the walls, these Prussian archers. Then I get 2 units of these mercenary men-at-arms. These guys are pretty much in plate armor and ready to get some action. I'm going to throw these guys in towards the end of the battle, hopefully. I also got 2 units of these Ruderbruter, which are my heavy shot cav, and then a unit. I'm pretty sure this is melee cavalry, even though it doesn't look like it. Is it melee cavalry? I guess it will tell me. Yeah, this 1 unit of melee cavalry, just to kind of warn off any of his cavalry he brings, and also heavy cavalry. Miss Maud is just so good. I also brought 2 units of catapult, and then obviously my general back here, which we'll have a nice look at. Look how awesome he looks. Love the Teutonic helmets. So Indie Pride's army is fairly similar to mine, in all honesty. He brought a few more extra spears than I did, which probably would have been smarter. A few less swords. He spent more money on his upgrades on his infantry as well. On his cavalry, sorry. And he actually did bring the same cavalry as me, right? He brought 2 units of heavy shock and 1 unit of the melee cav. Oh no, he bought 3 units of shock cavalry, which I think is just better in this mod. I just had the exact amount to get the melee cavalry because it was so much cheaper. He also bought an extra unit of catapults and some crossbowmen instead of archers like me. I guess the armor piercing damage is pretty good. And also, I recommend watching Indie Pride if you want to get better at multiplayer battles, because he is really good at multiplayer battles, like much better than any of us playing in this game, that's for sure. So yeah, if you want to get better at multiplayer battles, I recommend watching him, because he has some really solid plans and tips, and his micro and macro are really good. So the defending armies, Warrior Sparta is playing the Ayyubid Sultanate, and he has these really cool two-handed axemen, these Mamelukes, and they do work this battle, so make sure to look out for that. So he has 3 units of these, or 4 units? No, I think just 3 units of these two-handed axemen, 2 units of these swordsmen. Oh no, actually another unit of two-handed axemen. A unit of swordsmen over there. He also has some spearmen deployed here to kind of defend the gate on this left-hand side. Because you can see I'm actually working down on destroying this wall, which I just did before I destroyed the towers. Yeah, so he has a whole bunch of them. Then he also has a unit of crossbowmen, 3 units of archers, and these foot guard are really strong. Like, these guys aren't bad in melee either, so that's definitely something to watch out. And then he also has a melee two-handed axeman for his general. So if I can get my archers to bear on these axemen, I'm going to be in a pretty good situation. But if I just straight up melee engage them, it's going to be hard for me to kind of push through the streets. That's for sure. Pixie has 2 units of spearmen, a unit of catapult, which does work this battle. He brought a whole bunch of archers. I think he brought 6 units, as well as a horse archer unit. He has these foot guard over here, which are again are pretty naughty. And then he also has some more crappy archers as well. You know, these guys are going to get slaughtered if they get into melee, whereas the foot guard aren't going to do too bad. He also brought some cavalry, and there's also some cavalry over here from Warrior of Sparta to try and become a little bit of a nuisance if we get over here. Yeah, Warrior Sparta also has some nobles over here, and then the rest of Pixie's melee are just pretty much these axemen. That kind of makes up the rest of him. I think he has like 5 units of them, 6 units of them. That's pretty much his entire melee. It's just been axemen. He also has some spearmen back, which we already mentioned, and his general all the way over there. So, Indie Pride has just destroyed these walls, and he's destroyed 2 towers now as well, kind of giving him an easy kind of entry point, and he's going to start pushing up. And now that he's started to push up, I'm going to start moving up my ram to go ahead and destroy the gatehouse. I am smashing it with my artillery. I think I had a little bit of artillery left on this one, so I just wanted to damage the gate as much as possible so that my ram could kind of have an easier job. Because I knew I wouldn't have been able to take down a tower with the rest of my ammunition, so I thought, why the hell not just kind of waste the last like 4 shots on trying to just do damage to the gatehouse. Because that means it just smashes down a lot easier, and we've already actually set fire to the city, which is actually kind of important, setting fire to the city. Not so much on this one, on this kind of castle, because of the size of it, it's just massive. But if we were playing a smaller castle and we set a big fire, you know, we could actually go ahead and start destroying the settlement and getting the debuff to the defenders, which actually plays a pretty big part. So now that Indie Pride is moving up, he's under hits from the artillery, which do actually find some really big hits. He's already killed 2 men in this siege, in this spear unit. Pixie does also go ahead and throw his spearman up here, which is a really good move by him. It'll give him a nice little crossfire down. So Indie Pride's going to move in his spearman. He just kind of realised he's a little bit too far away from the rest of his infantry. We just needs to give it a little bit extra time and kind of reevaluate what units he wants to throw into the battle. He doesn't really want to throw these spearmen into the rest of these guys. And this is a solid move by Indie Pride. Like, I didn't notice this in the battle, but it's really impressive. What he does is he charges down this side. So he actually charges on this second unit to try and get down the side, like this little channel here, because he clicked to charge this one. He gets along this channel, opening up, so he's engaging both these units on this side, and it opens up this entire flank for him to get a flanking charge, and also, so that gives a debuff to morale, it gives him more bonus to attack and stuff, attacking in the side. And this is a solid move. Oh my god, yeah, Pixie's catapults start going in and just slaughtering people. So he creates this flank which wouldn't normally have been a flank. Normally he would have just engaged at the front here, and this flanking bonus wouldn't have happened, but because he's got units here, and he's getting a nice flanking, this is a really solid move, and it's stuff like this which wins you battles, for sure. But you've got the archers, you've got Pixie's archers just really racking up some kills, shooting these guys in the back, doing a really good job, and the catapult is just going in as well. Like, look at these hits, it's racking up massive amounts of kills. Huge amount of kills. Yeah, so that was amazing. I suddenly decided to move up my siege towers now and stuff, because I decide that obviously Indie Pride's moving in. I don't want Worry to be able to support him with any of his infantry, so I'm moving up my siege towers and stuff. Obviously at this point I couldn't see where Warrior Sparta's men were. Obviously we can see it now because we're watching the replay, but I assumed he would at least have something on the walls to stop me, but he does kind of just give up the walls straight away, which is fair enough. Like, the reason Pixie didn't garrison the walls is because Indie Pride didn't have any siege equipment, because I actually had it, which was kind of funny. But obviously Warrior could have defended the walls if he wanted to. I guess he just wasn't up for it. Like, it doesn't really matter too much. Obviously it just gives him time to fall back. You know, he can fall back a lot quicker than if he was trying to hold on to the walls. and getting overwhelmed, which is a smart move to kind of do that. The fight over here is kind of raging on. We'll get some nice close-ups. Throwing in some of his horse archers, trying to get them round the side. If you can get them out of the gate, I think there's a gate down here. If you can get them out of the gate. Oh yeah, but he's going out of this gate. If you can get them out here, you can really start doing some damage. Indie Pride does kind of stop them a little bit, trying to kill a few of them, which will obviously help out. These men-at-arms are running away, the cowards. Oh, the burning oil is going down as well. Oh my god. That's just slaughtering his men. That looks awesome as well. Putting up some crossbowmen as well. The catapults are really going in. And he also did make another... Oh, this was really smart by him as well. He also made another breach with his catapult so that he can also go ahead and, you know, completely surround this unit now. These axemen are just... They have nowhere to go. Because he initially engaged, and then after he engaged, started breaking down this wall, he could then go ahead and outflank it like he's done. And it meant that Pixie had to bring a unit back. And it means his cavalry can just get engaged. And normally in these battles, cavalry don't really do too good against infantry. However, in 12-12, cavalry do really well against infantry. If they get a nice charge and the infantry unit's not braced, the cavalry will win, just because heavy melee cavalry, it will just cut down the infantry, which it should. Like, at this era, you know, in the medieval era, heavy cavalry is just so potent, and they're just going to start pouring in. So that's going to go ahead and open up so much time and so much space for Indie Pride just to move in. Now I'm probably going to be focusing on my battle a little bit more as I pour into the city. I did go ahead and start trying to take this tower, because this was the one tower I didn't actually manage to destroy. Same over here as well, actually. So I'm moving in my spearmen to try and retake this. And Warrior Sparta, I'm pretty sure, actually starts moving up his cavalry very soon to try and stop me, to try and cause me a bit of issues. Because if he can obviously get a nice flank round here, my spearmen are not going to be holding, so at the moment they're just trying their best to take this tower. And obviously he's going to throw up some infantry to try to stop me. He's got crossbowmen shooting as well, up on the walls, at the gatehouse. Because I move in here, just to try and start taking the gatehouse and try and start just being a bit aggressive. I need to start trying to push these guys back, because I don't want to free up any of Warrior's troops whatsoever. Throwing up some more of my sword brethren. Like, I kind of delay my assaults pretty badly. Like, that's one of my weaknesses here, is I kind of, my whole force is still moving. Like, it should all be attacking in one quick succession, but unfortunately it's not, which is kind of annoying. The infantry clashes though. Fighting in the streets now. And it's kind of ill-supported. If I had another unit of infantry or some archers supporting me, it would just be a lot easier. And he actually does start throwing in these two-handed axemen, which go in this battle. They get a whole bunch of kills, which is pretty cool. Same over here, pretty much down every street. But I'm only attacking with one unit, which just isn't effective. I should be attacking with a lot more. Luckily, I did actually start getting my archers up here. My Prussian archers can now start bringing their bows to bear. Have they got short bows or long bows? I'm really confused, because they look like they have composite bows, but when they're not pulling the string, it looks like a more longer bow. Obviously a composite bow shortens up when you pull it, but I guess they do have composite bows. It just looks like they had long bows. I guess when they just put it, I guess it's just an animation thing. But luckily I do actually get my archers up here, which will start giving me a nice advantage. And oh yeah, Warrior Sparta did actually bring up his cavalry, but I did manage to catch it pretty effectively, which is nice. To kind of minimize that, and killing the cavalry early on is just so important. Same over here as well. I managed to catch his cavalry off, which tried to come in here and rout it, which was just really useful. Killing that cavalry is just so important, because cavalry can play such a big role, and you'll see towards the end of the battle how important everyone's cavalry is. Indie Pride has kind of pushed through pretty effectively here, trying to take out these towers. But you can see, look how little Indie Pride has left now. He has his cavalry, which is obviously really important. But apart from that, he only has a few units of swordsmen left. Like, Pixie's done a really good job at kind of minimizing these swords. He's also going to throw some men up onto these walls. And luckily, these archers aren't the best in the world, so they're going to be getting cut down by these sword brothers when they finally get over to them. He's also got some men of arms left. But yeah, as I said, he doesn't really have a lot. I'm going to go ahead and bring up the rest of these guys to go ahead and try and get a nice flank on these catapults, because I thought these catapults still had ammunition left, but they are just getting peppered by arrows. They're blocking out the sun, literally. And also these towers start shooting as well, and these towers are the bane of my life. I hate them so much. They're just so good. I wish I kind of kept some catapults for them. And Pixie's kind of deciding to fall back because he's like, I can't hold this anymore. I just don't really have enough. So Pixie's deciding to fall back a little bit, which kind of prompts Warrior to fall back, which is kind of good for me. Because if Warrior would have kind of carried on holding here, he could have got some really, really nice, like just some really nice flanks off of me, getting his archers just to keep on racking up some kills. But he decided to fall back, which was probably the smartest move, just because obviously Indie Pride could have come up behind and kind of outflanked him and stuff. So just being safe is always better than kind of taking these big risks. Shameful display! Some good action. I also did go ahead and get my cavalry around this side to try my best. Like this was, I was like so hoping that Warrior wasn't looking at this time. I tried to get my cavalry around, my heavy knights, to try and smash these archers. Because if I could kill these archers before we had to assault this, it would be amazing. So I'm trying my best just to try and get them up here as quick as I can to try and stop it. And you can see Indie Pride is just bringing up the rest of his archers now, cleaning up whatever's out of here. Oh, that horse got slaughtered. Just kind of cleaning all out the outer streets. And my cavalry is just not fast enough. Maybe if I would have come around this way, I can actually draw on this. I can't for whatever reason. Oh, that's a bit sad. I thought I could have drawn. I guess you can only draw in battle. If I would have come along here with my cavalry and ran through, I think I would have actually caught these archers. Because I decided to go the long way around, I don't really know why. It was pretty painful. So I'm actually going to get a half decent rear charge on these guys, kill a few of them, but then he throws in these axemen. I just need to get the hell out of here. I need to try my best to save my cavalry as best as possible, because obviously I'm not going to be winning against spearmen and infantry. If it was just one unit of infantry, maybe, and I got a good charge. But obviously these towers as well are just racking up kills. And I actually do lose half my horses here, so that engagement was not worth it whatsoever. I lost a whole bunch of horses just to kill a few archers. It just wasn't that great. So I managed to kill this catapult crew. I actually thought the catapult crew had ammunition left. It didn't, so kind of throwing this unit kind of wasted that. And I started to win elsewhere. I managed to kill crossbowmen fairly effectively, which was very good on my part. Like, getting rid of them is just so useful. And he actually forgets about this cavalry. It kind of just sits off in the wings. It routed him and came back. So we didn't really know too much about it. So again, we've kind of cleared out the outer streets now. I'm taking these victory points just to go ahead and lower their morale. Kind of, that's going to be a good way for us to win. And at the moment, it looks like it's massively in our favour. You know, we have an extra 800 men, and all we have to do is kind of kill a couple more infantry units. But you forget, they have these towers, and these towers really rack up some kills. As well as that, they have, what, like 4 or 5 units of archers left? 5 units of archers, or 6 if you include that shitty one. 6 units of archers, as well as these towers, just peppering at these choke points. It's going to be a brutal assault. That's for sure. And especially, you got to think about it, Indie Pride doesn't really have too much infantry left. He kind of committed a lot trying to take these walls. You know, Pixie put up a really good fight. And a lot of the infantry he does have is depleted. Luckily, I still have like 3, 4 units, maybe even a bit more than that. Like 5 units of solid infantry which haven't even been engaged yet. Whereas Indie Pride only has like 2 or 3 which haven't actually been fighting. But he does have a lot of his cavalry left, which is good. Yeah, he has 3 units which haven't even been engaged. But again, he has this fully upgraded cavalry which are just going to be so potent in battle. And Pixie's horse archers are just being annoying, causing us a little bit of an issue. So I sent a large portion of my force down here, which was kind of a bit of a miscommunication between me and Indie Pride, because Indie Pride's going to try and assault this point over here and kind of give up this middle point. And I'm bringing men round to go ahead and take this capture point and then assault this point. So what I should have done is I should have brought my infantry along here and attacked this central point. Because we kind of give up an additional entry point for like no reason whatsoever. We kind of only attack at 2 of the points instead of attacking at all 3. And that would have obviously spread their troops a lot more thin than they were. Because obviously if we only attack at 2 points, they can kind of commit the majority of their archer fire, their infantry fire, all at one point. Whereas if we attack at all 3, it just makes it a lot harder. Their units become a lot thinner, and our numbers really start to play a part. Whereas this way, we kind of didn't do that as well. And we definitely suffer for it. We definitely lose a whole bunch of men, which I don't think we would have lost if we would have attacked at all 3 points. So I'm moving up my sword brothers. They're going to hopefully be like the hammerhead of my operation. I kind of brought these guys up to kind of absorb a bit of ammunition as well. But you can see like my attack is so disjointed. I'm throwing this one unit just to kind of take all the fire, which this was actually a wounded unit already, so I'm kind of throwing this up to absorb ammunition, but I just didn't need to do that. I could have easily have just brought up the rest of these men. I'm bringing up these 2 trumpet sergeants as well to kind of jump into the fight. But obviously they don't have shields, so they're going to be really suffering to the missile fire. What I should have done is I should have brought up all these sword brothers and just charged them at this point, and then moved all my axemen round the side and thrown them at this point. 'Cause this is the weakest point right now, and we don't exploit that. We don't exploit that whatsoever, which was just a really bad move on our part, on my part really, because I should have seen that Indy Product was going for this point on the left, and he's going to be engaging. But look at these towers. They're just shooting in the back, in the side. It's just crazy how good they are. So actually keeping some catapults here would have been a good idea. Just throwing in some more sword brothers as well on this side. And my sword brothers are also pretty close as well. Yeah, I've got 2 pretty much full strength units coming to support this, to try and take out these towers. I also bring my cavalry in. I decide that it's time to try and break through here and try and cause some issues. Because at the moment my cavalry's not really doing much. But you can see my infantry over here is just not really doing too well. The archer fire is causing me a lot of problems. And it's not like we're fighting like just spear infantry. We are fighting 2-handed axemen as well. So they're not going to be messing around either. You know, it's not going to be an easy fight for my axemen. And these tower of fire are just being brutal. Just racking up kill after kill. It's just consistency after kill. You know, if I had like 3 units of infantry over here, what else could they have sent? They have 1 unit in reserve there, a general's unit, and that's about it, and then the spear unit. So if I was to send my 3 swordsmen over here to attack this side, we could have just won this battle. Like, it would have just been over right then and there. Whereas this way, we have to try our best to try and break through these 2 points. Which we are trying to do our best, but these spearmen obviously they're made for holding. And that's what they're going to do. And all they have to do is just try and... Oh, that peasant just got slaughtered. All they have to do is try and hold off for as long as possible. We managed to destroy these towers, which is really nice. I guess that was good for me committing my troops here. But these archers are obviously racking up kill after kill after kill. I do finally bring up some more my mercenary men-at-arms to try and turn the tides. Because I really just want to win this battle right here. I really am. I'm trying to pull through as well to bring my men more up onto off the hill. Because obviously we're fighting uphill as well right now, and the archer fire. They have so many archers. It's just causing me a whole bunch of issues. You know, if I would like look at these archers in the side as well. If I would have committed like both my mercenary men at arms round here at the beginning of the battle and started pushing up here, we could have spread their forces out so much easier, and then it would have allowed me to move my cavalry as well straight up into one of these breaches. I know I keep on saying it, but that was a huge mistake by us. It's allowing these archers just to get so many free shots off on us. I mean, these towers being destroyed is just so important, though. Because they're causing me so many issues over here. On my side. And we do actually manage to kill his horse archers as well, which is pretty important. They were just being a very big annoyance. So Pixie's going ahead and using flaming arrows now to try and rout us. Because really, the battle, like, it's looking good for us just because we've killed a lot of their men. But, you know, my men are routing. After this big bulk of infantry's gone, all I have left is really archers and horses, which just isn't really big. And, you know, Warrior Sparta's men are really healthy still. You know, these axemen are strong as hell. He has a full general's unit. And my men are really, really struggling over here. So even though it looks good for us, the balance of power, sorry, is in our favour. You see the men dropping. We actually have less men now than them. They have more men than us right now. Granted, a lot of that is archers, but obviously if they can bring these archers to bear, which they're doing, they can stand a real good chance of winning this battle. I decided to then start putting through my men to try and stop these archers from shooting, but a lot of these archers are actually out of ammunition, so it doesn't really matter too much. You know, he can just cause an issue. Where's my horses at as well? Because they're pretty key in this battle. Still over here, I haven't really brought them to bear yet. I suddenly decide, like, me and Indy Pride are like, we're losing this battle. These towers are going to kill all my infantry. You can see, all my infantry's routed now. I have 2 units of infantry left. But they're just not, they're wavering. I'm going to try and bring them back up when I finally realise that they're back, because they just literally came back. I finally assaulted this point, but again, the towers, this just isn't a supported enough infantry charge. I needed like 2 or 3 units to break through this spear unit. to kind of make that valuable. And then we just decide, we've kind of lost on this side, the towers are just causing me so many issues. It's kind of just a last ditch effort now. We're just going to throw all our cavalry into this one side, which we're kind of winning. And just because, you know, this left side of a battle is kind of a bit weak, there's only archers there. So if we can get our cavalry through there and in the back of the enemy, we can kind of really cause some issues. And this is our last chance. Like, if this fails, we're definitely going to lose. And you can see Indie Pride's infantry just routed there, which really wasn't good. And we just throw in all our cavalry now. We just need to get it in there. You can see we're trying to bring it through straight away. And you can see, because Warrior Sparta won over here, he routed the rest of my infantry, which kind of came back. He can kind of commit the rest of his units. And this is a lot of infantry he has left. A spear unit, you know, 3 units of archers, pretty much a full strength axe unit and another full strength or a half strength axe unit. You know, he's still got a lot. And then they also rout me over here as well. So these spearmen, he has another unit of spearmen. And all we really have is cavalry left. So it's not looking good for us right now. We are getting onto these archers though, and onto the general unit, which is going to be pretty good for us. And the fact that we also went ahead and took these 2 capture points is giving us a chance. You know, it is decreasing their morale. They still have 1, I think, in the city centre. But, you know, taking the other ones does definitely help us. I decided to move up my archers as well, because that's all I have left to try and take these towers and kind of keep Warrior's infantry a bit busy. We also have his crossbowmen as well. Indie Prize crossbowmen hammering away at these these spearmen just to try and take them down. Because if we can open up 1 more point, my general can come in and really cause a bit of an issue. You can see Indie Pride's cavalry is in the battle right now, killing the archers. So luckily we're only really fighting archers on this left side. 1 unit of spearmen, which is kind of an issue. But apart from that, we're only really fighting archers. My archers are kind of keeping Warriors' troops busy at the moment. But you can see one of my units of cavalry is about to rout. I only really have 1 full strength one or half strength one left, which is again about to rout. Indie Prize cavalry is doing a good job because they kind of hammer and anvil and going in, going out, cycle charging, which is really giving us a chance in this battle. That's for sure. He does manage to free up all this cavalry now. My cavalry is cycle charging as well. And I also have my general left, so I still have 1 full unit of archers left. I'm bringing up my archers now because I really want to take away these towers, because if I can get rid of these towers, it will kind of allow my general to move around a lot more freely in this battle. You know, and then morale really starts causing an issue, because obviously they only have a big portion of archers left. You know, their morale's not going to be great. But you got to remember, they still have a general's unit, they have a full strength infantry unit, a unit of spears, and that's going to really do well, considering we've only got like cavalry left. So having spears is a really good kind of unit composition to have. Indie Pride actually also has a whole unit of melee cavalry back here, or shock cavalry. Wow, he's a full unit back here he didn't use, or maybe he does bring it in a second. Like, this would literally win us the battle right now. I totally didn't even see that. So we have some archer off over here, which is kind of funny. But you know, keeping these archers busy, stopping them from shooting is just really good. My general's finally coming up, and my general has a war cry ability, which was just so useful at this point, because obviously the morale's not great for everyone. But yeah, the morale's not great for everyone, and this is a full unit of cavalry, and we just killed Pixie's general. That's going to go ahead and rout a whole bunch of his men he had remaining. I think his spearmen decide to rout, and Pixie's pretty much beaten right now. He doesn't really have a lot left. In this battle, you know, Pixie's men's routing, there's just Warriors infantry which has just decided to rout, and there we go. Me and Indie Pride managed to take the city, which was awesome. That was a really cool siege battle. It would have been cool if we could have defended the walls a little bit more and had like a little wall battle, but you know, it was still really epic, so close towards the end. I still can't believe that Indie Pride had a whole unit of cavalry left, just chilling, and we still won that, because at the time we were just saying, oh my god, this battle's so close, we're gonna lose. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that. That was kind of my first siege battle on this mod, so make sure to go ahead and drop a like and a comment. Also, let me know how you want me to do replays in the future. If you want more in-depth on the actual army comps, or more of the action, more zooming in action and stuff, because obviously I'm very new to these replays. I don't really do a lot of them, so obviously I'm always working to get better at them. So your advice, obviously telling me what you actually want to see, because you're the guys watching it, is always super useful. We'll go ahead and end the replay, just so we can kind of see what the kills were, and you can fully see the unit comps if you were interested in that. So we can see Indie Pride's men, you know, a lot of them, they lost so many men. Like, you see how bare all our infantry was. God. Like, my general was fine, and he kind of had, oh my god, this melee cavalry went in, or this shot cavalry went in as well. 188 kills, that is brutal. 92 kills on his general. Do I have any big kills? 104 kills on my men-at-arms. You know, the rest of my infantry did fairly good, 100 kills on 2 of them. My sergeants did appalling though, they just could not get into the battle. They were fighting uphill, they were receiving a whole bunch of missile fire. It just wasn't good for them. My archers did good, and so did my cavalry. I'm proud of my cavalry. On the other side, Warrior Sparta's men, I mean, 106 kills on that, that's pretty good. You know, their cavalry didn't really do that much, which was good. Nullifying the cavalry is just so important on this mod, because cavalry is just super strong. Pixie-wise, you know, his archers, look at these archers. 200 kills on them. They were just so strong. You know, 3 kills on that, which was good. I guess they got engaged on pretty early. And his infantry didn't really do too great, which kind of let them down a little bit. But that was down to Indy Pride, I think, kind of making that second breach, allowing him to outflank 2 whole units of infantry straight away, was just really good. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this replay. Make sure to go and drop a like on my video. Make sure to go check over everyone else's videos in the description down below. There'll be a link to everyone's channel, and go check them out. I'll see you guys next time, and fish out.